Hello everyone, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing great. I'm here today to do a flip through of this Edith Holden journal that I started working on about a week or so ago. So let's get to it. I'm Sheree and welcome to my channel, like I said. So yes, this is the cover. I've got a ribbon closure here. This ribbon is actually from Temu and I've got a few colors in it. I have a few more colors coming actually because I'm just finding it so handy, and it's just the perfect size for so many things. It has a lot of potential. So, so I used it for the closure here on this journal, and I curled it a little bit too, if you can see the little curls here. And I think that's super cute. So let me take that off. It just comes, it's just tied around like that. And there's a little goodie pack here. And this is the journal, so I wanted to show you the front. I love that it has a page number right there, but I chose this butterfly, and I did two videos. If you look back about a week, I did two videos where I worked on the cover, inside and out. First day was outside pretty much, and I think the second day maybe was the inside of the cover. So yeah, I sewed around. As you can see, zigzag stitching with brown thread. I thought it looked perfect. Here's some pretty lace that was thrifted and on the spine, and here's the back also with butterflies. So let's see, anything else? I wanted to point out that I did a 5 pamphlet stitch on here, and I did it before I put the lace on. I kind of had that planned from the beginning because I just kind of wanted the lace to be able to show and not be, I don't know, broken up or anything by the threads, that you sew in the signature with. So I did this signature sewing, and then I put this over that, and I think it looks really pretty. Here's the different views of the sides and everything. As you can see, I could have some trims here on the pages and things. I think it came out really super cute. Did a lot of work on it. Here's that same lace on the inside, and I chose a beautiful page from Edith Holden also for the inside cover. It has a pretty dragonfly there, and on the back cover we have a flip, which I will show you more of when I get to the back, but it's all sewn around here. There's another page number right there, and this whole flap here is all sewn around, mostly for effect, but it also adds security to it. So isn't that pretty? I just love that, the daisies or whatever those flowers are there. So it came out so pretty. So let's do the flip of the journal. So it's single signature, as you can see, and it's pretty much traveler's notebook size. I think it's like 4 by 8. And then, so this first page was a end page in the Edith Holden book, this green one, and I thought it just went so well with the green colors over here. And then I made a pocket here. I cut it off here and turned it around so it would be right side up. I could have just folded it up, but then these would have been upside down. So I cut it off and then reattached it so it would be right side up. Here's 2 drawing cards I put in here. This is a little black and white picture, and then this is from a book, and then this is one of my book page tags I've been working on. This is one from the Coffee Dyed file folder. I did that video this past week too. If you want to see what happened or what I was doing in that video, just go back a few days, 3, 4, or 5 days, and then you will see that. But I just added a little of this acetate flowers also from Temu. These were very old book pages that I was working with, and they were perfect to glue down and make tags. Either I made some with double pages, and I made some with the file folder. So this is a little one in a Temu acetate flower there. And those, I'm really loving those acetate flowers. They're just the perfect little simple touch, and you can see through them, and I like that. You can see through the text through them. So I only bought one color, and I think they have them like green, yellow, blue, like that. So I want to get some more colors of those. So I think I'll be using them in short order pretty quickly because they're so cool. So this is another page from the Edith Holden book, another one of the end pages, and it's just this brown page. It's just plain brown, but look how beautiful it is with, I've got lace trim. This is like crochet trim here. It's sewn on, and then I added this pretty lace and crochet trim cluster here. There's a little vintage button there, and it's all hanging from a bulb pin on that little lace there. On this side, I have a very old envelope from 1971. Well, pretty old, right? It's vintage. And it was just all I had was whenever I got these particular ones, was just the envelope front. So that's what it is. It's nice and aged. And I did it as a flip out, so you can see the pretty inside security part from, I don't think they make them like this anymore. I haven't seen that pattern except for on this old envelope. And then here's the other page where whoever gets this journal can do something there. And then here's coffee dyed paper. Of course, I had to put coffee dyed paper in my Edith Holden. It just goes so well. And a little strip I made here. I left the strings on too, on the top and the bottom, some of the strings, where I sewed through it. But this is just one of my little, I use up my little, or try to use up some of my strips from cut-offs and, paper scraps. And I make these little usually three. So I think I made 1, 2 this week, 2-piece. But usually there are 3 pieces of paper or cardstock or whatever sewn together. So this is one here I used as a decoration. There's 2 pieces of Edith Holden and another piece there, a scrap. And this is another Edith Holden page here with text and a pretty flower on this side. This is piano roll paper here. So what I did on this one, I cut it to fit in the journal, and I also folded it over the edge to make it strong, because when I cut it, this particular piece, the ends were these, see where these little notes, these are, I guess, notes when you put it into a player piano. And so those were on the end, so it made it kind of, like they were in half. There were some over here too. And I just felt like it made it kind of weak on the side here. So I just folded over about 1 inch and glued it down. And then for even more added strength, I sewed on this trim. So when you grab this, it feels, sturdy, very sturdy. So in case you're, have piano roll paper and you haven't used it yet, or you get that same feeling like, oh, it really feels thin or whatever, you can do something like that. And I love this print here that it has some words there. Isn't that cool? And that's how it was. I didn't put those on there. That's how it was. So here's a little short piece here. I do like to put these in here for, using up the cut-offs, but besides that, you can always kind of glue this down, say here and here, and make a little pocket if you wanted to. Either way, for me personally, I wouldn't cover up the piano roll paper. There's some more of the words here, but whatever anybody wants to do, it's their journal. They can do what they want. Now I had some desk ephemera here that's been sitting here for a good while, and I haven't put it away. And I said, it was sitting over on my shelf over there, like, I need to put this away. And instead of putting it away, I brought it all over here, just a few pieces. Like, I don't know why I don't just put it away. But I kept putting it off, so I thought, I'll just put it over here on my desk, and I'm going to use it in this journal. I don't care what happens, that is going in this journal. So here is one of them right here. This little label was sitting there. It's a little Tim Holtz label, and I guess it just fell out whenever I put that away. And so there it is, right there. And there's a few more. I'll put them out when I get to it. This is a flip out here. This is dyed paper. It looks like, oh, you know what this is? This is avocado dyed graph paper, actually. The next page is music. Here I have, these are 2 of my playing card punch outs. These are hearts, as you can see. And all you do to open this is, this top one is tucked behind the little bottom heart that I turned upside down. So you just flip it out and open, and then you can flip this down. This is some receipt paper that I have, which I need to use more of, so I'm going to be trying to remember to do this more in all of my journals. But there you have all that extra room there, so I think that's fun. And then you just wind it back up, put your little flap down, and put your little heart. And I use these hearts that are made from playing cards because they're extra sturdy, so it can take that flipping in and out without getting messed up. Okay, and then you have all this room here, right? And you can decorate further on here if you wanted to, but I think that's a pretty little decoration too. So, and then as you turn, this does flip out here too. So it's kind of a double flip. As you can see, I had a lot of paper there. Instead of cutting it out, I just folded it in a way that I could fit it in here and have that nice flip out. So this is a piece of ephemera that I got from a thrift store. It's a this is Waverly made. It's like invoice paper. And for the tags that I made with the book pages in the coffee dyed file folder, I had this tab left. So I cut the tab off, as you can see right here. I just cut that coffee dyed tab off the file folder and used it right here on this paper. So as you flip over, you have this fold out with a little tab on it. And that can be decorated, of course. I mean, I did some light decorating in here, but not everything, because I want, I want the people that get my journals to be able to have a lot of fun and do their own decorating, right? I think that's the most fun part. Okay, so on this next page, we've got coffee dyed paper. We've got a flip out here, and on the flip out, this part here is a belly band. So this is a strip of Edith Holden that I had left, cut off. So I put it here as a belly band, and behind this I have one of my book page tags, or this is actually, because I would consider this a journaling card, with some of those the pretty acetate flowers decorating it. So that is in that belly band. Some lined paper. Everything in here is from the thrift store or Temu, but nothing is, if there's anything printed, I'll tell you, but I don't think there's any printed or digitals in here. So that's just some lined paper that I thought was cool that I had found at a thrift store. This is going to be the center page. This is from a beautiful herb book I have, and I thought of this because it reminds me of a little bit of Edith Holden. I thought, oh, I have to use a page in here from my herb book. So this is what I cut out. It has beautiful things like this, the herbs. And here too, I picked out a real pretty page here to put in the middle. And here's the other side of it. And so we're on the back half now. Oh, here's two more pieces of my desk ephemera that I had sitting. This is a little corner decoration piece. I don't even know what that's from, but there it is. It was sitting here waiting for me to put it somewhere, put it away, but here it is as a corner decoration. And this too was sitting, part of my desk ephemera, and I put it right there. A little hand with a pen in it, little quill. So I think those are super cute on that page. Next page was the coffee dye paper. This was another cut off from the Edith Holden. I rounded the corners and added this crochet trim and made it into a tuck spot and added a pretty scrappy tag in here. So lots of room to write there and then lots of room there. So there you go, a little tuck spot there. And then here's the other side of that Waverly invoice. The music paper here, I have an envelope. This is one of my Temu envelopes. I don't know if you've seen this Thrifty Thursday yet, but if you haven't, it's in an upcoming Thrifty Thursday where I show you these envelopes. And they are little window envelopes that I got from Temu. I mean, I tell you in the video, the Thrifty Thursday video, that I went on kind of an envelope rabbit hole on Temu. So you've been seeing these envelopes that I've been getting, and this was one of them. I've got the colored ones that are like this shape too, and then these right here with the window. I thought they were so cute. This particular one, I put some ink, my vintage photo ink on it, and to distress it a little bit. I wanted to see, just kind of experimented. I think it came out really nice. And a little piece of cut off that I had left from my trims here. I had that little piece right there. And so I use it as a little decoration. It flips out. I added this little thumb hole here, or a thumb notch, and put a piece of ephemera. Oh, this is printed here. This is the one piece that's probably only one piece that's printed in here. But I love it. It's from, this particular one is from Daisy when I was on her design team. And then this is just a little collage I put on here. A little cluster. I went into my clusters for this journal and put a few in here. So, but that one I actually had that one pre-decorated, And so you'll see I pulled out some clusters and things in here. So this is another one of my strips that I sewed together with some Edith. There's a bead there, which I will show you what I did with the beads in a minute. But yeah, another one of my strips, and it's on this decorating this fold out here. And these are 2 Edith Holden and a piece of the oh, here's another bead. That's so funny. I left some beads in there. So I 2 Edith Holden strips and a piece of coffee dye file folder is what makes up this strip. And I just love making those. I just think they're so cool. I just made a bunch this past weekend, which I will show you in a future video. This was a cutoff from the herb page that I put in here. It's a really tall book. So I had this cut off again. You can glue this down as a page, as a tuck, as a pocket. Have a pocket there. And again, next to it is the piano roll. Here's one of my clusters that I pulled out. I put right there. When I say I pulled out my clusters, there's one there. The other one that's hanging on a bullpen, I have that type of thing in my cluster container. So the pretty piano roll paper, again, folded over with trim for extra strength. There's Edith Holden paper there. So here's a fold out here. This is, what I have here is just I have this hanging on the page. It's a little, I was going to glue it here. I was going to glue it right here, and it would look beautiful there if somebody, or you can put it, whoever gets this can put this in down wherever they want. And I was going to glue it there and have a flip up here, but I thought, well, let me not glue it down, and I'll just put it here. This is avocado dyed, really pretty avocado dye that I did on the inside of this, and then beautiful scrap paper here. It's papery, and it looks like very old wallpaper to me. And then this piece is actually printed too. I'm trying to remember. That might be from Daisy too. I'm not sure where that's from. Daisy Collins, you know. So yeah, that's another digital. And I'm not against digitals at all. I loved being on the design teams. I just try to use my thrifted items now, but I would be very tempted to print, because I have them all saved from all the design teams I was on, and I wouldn't be opposed to getting more. But I think I would probably use them mostly for, I'm trying to get this on here right, mostly for, there's a pretty paper clip here. With this particular one I made because I had this little tassel there, and I put it on a paper clip. So I was trying to use some of those tassels up. But yeah, I love using digitals for ephemera mostly. But yeah, that's so pretty. But this is scrapbook paper here. So that brown page from the Edith Holden book in here. This was a scrap too, and I put it right there. It says June. It's from the Edith Holden pages that I used in here. And it was sitting here, and I'm like, let me find a place for it, and I put it right there. And a little piece here. This was from, I made it into a little journaling card, but I believe this was from Your Creative Studio. A little piece there. And this is another piece from Daisy that I added a cluster to. I think it's really cute. And you can write on the front and the back of those. And this, I think you probably have seen this video where I showed you these tea bags from Temu. So it came plain, but it was, they have a choice, I think, of white or this like coffee or tea color. And I got the tea color. And I put a little stamp on here. I was playing around to see how they took stamps and how I wanted to decorate them. So again, really simply, I used my coffee ink, my Ranger coffee ink, and stamped this little bird on there. Isn't that cute? And the strings were on here already, so I decorated the strings. This is where I have beads hanging out here in the journal. But I added these little beads on there, and it's 2 separate strings, so you can tie, pull this tight if you wanted to, and make it. It's a little drawstring. But I tied a knot in ends so that the beads would stay on there. And so I just thought it was fun to add those little beads, a way to use some, a few of my seed beads. And then it's a little, I added a little, made it, into a little pocket. This is one of my Mini Moo cards from Mini Moo Card Monday, which is a collab hosted by Lolly Paper Co. I think I'm saying that wrong, but something like that, Lolly Paper Co. and Aaliyah Dipina. So yeah, I made that in their collab. This one too, cute little. Those are so cute, aren't they? They're mini Moo cards, and then this is just. This is a printable also, little tags that you can keep together or cut apart. And that is also from Daisy's printables. So, and then I have, as you can see, some crochet lace there. And last page here, that green page from Edith Holden book, another pocket. And here, just a tag. I was looking through my tags and looking for vintagey ones, and that was a very nice one. Another scrappy tag here that has scraps on the front and the back. And then this is another little piece of the receipt. That receipt that I showed you that folds down. So somebody could do the same thing or whatever they want with this one. But that particular receipt paper has 2 layers, white and a yellow. So this is the yellow from that piece I cut off. And I just put it here for, she can make one of her. She can make one with this or do whatever she wants. Cut it out. It'll make great little writing spots to glue down somewhere if you wanted to add a writing spot to this brown paper, anything like that. So I thought that the person getting this would like that. And then here's the back. The back does have a pocket. The back is open. This was an envelope. If you hadn't seen the video, I didn't put anything in there. But she can put something in there. And it was made from an envelope. If you haven't been watching my channel the last couple of weeks, I've been using up these white envelopes. I had 3 of them. I made the travel journal, which already sold, and then I made this Edith Holden out of one of these too. So that's what this is from, the little envelope. And I lined it here so you could, when you look at it, you don't see the white envelope, you see the pretty Edith Holden paper. And this is the flap from the envelope. Just folds in like that, and then you tie this around to close it up. So yeah, it comes with this little goodie envelope, and again, I got this envelope from Temu. I stuffed it full of goodies, but I'm not going to show you because this particular journal has already been, someone asked that they could get it, so they plan on getting it, so I'm considering it sold. So, yeah, I did a little bit more work than I had planned on this one, but it's Edith Holden, so I had to just do it up right? I had to have some fun with it myself. So, I think it came out really cute, and I think this little craft envelope could be fun too. You can decorate this and add that to the journal. It's a perfect size, and then it has all the goodies in it, which are going to be right back here when she gets it. And so there we go. That's ready to go. So stay tuned. This week, and this weekend, I'm doing this. This is for Sunday, this video. So this weekend, I'm going to be making some videos where I turn this envelope, the last one I have, this white envelope. It's really cool. If you hadn't seen it, it's a square size. So I can just fold it in half and have the perfect size for one of these kind of traveler notebook size journals. And if in case you never heard of it before, in case you're new, when people say traveler's notebook, they're not talking about a travel journal. Really, they're talking about the size. So standard size, just to review for a second, is standard size. Traveler's notebook size is 4 1/4 wide by 8 1/4 long. So that's why I say traveler's notebook, because of the size. And this will be also. So I'm going to work on that. So look for those videos and see what I do with this envelope. It's going to be something totally different from the traveler. I did make a travel journal out of one of the envelopes. So it was a travel journal, traveler's notebook size, and the Edith Holden. And this one's going to be totally different. So stay tuned for that. See what I do with this one. And then I have these boxes here that I could not throw away. So, I recently added a game card bundle to my shop if you didn't see that video. I think that was last weekend where I showed you that, and I did a little flip through of the game cards. Anyway, this box, this Rook box, it's vintage. It's probably like 70s, or does it have a date? Well, here's 1983 right here. So 80s, early 80s. So it is a little vintage game box. And I actually threw it in the trash. A clean trash, so don't worry. It was my clean trash, like my recyclables of cardboard and stuff. And I threw it in there. It was sitting on the top, and I said, no, 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 I can't throw that away. So I took it out, and I said, I got to make a journal out of this. And then we recently had to get a little AV to HDMI switch for something we were hooking up to our TV. Because as you know, if you're watching my channel again, we're moving things around, decluttering, bringing up everything from upstairs, downstairs. And I had to get one of these switches to hook something up to my TV. So anyway, this box called to me and said, make a journal out of me. So stay tuned to see how I make a journal out of these two boxes and what I do with this envelope. And then to put the cherry on top, the most exciting thing that I'm most excited about is I ordered a new tool, a new crafting tool, I'm going to call it. And I wish it would have come in one day, but I ordered it from Amazon. But it's not going to be here till Monday, tomorrow, when you see this video. And then I'll have to learn it. I'll have to learn it for a bit. It's not hard, but I just have to figure out how it works. And then I will be making some things with it. And if I think I learned it good enough, I will show it to you on video. So anyway, stay tuned. Hope you're having a great weekend. Stay cool if you're in a hot area, which most people in the U.S. probably are in a hot area right now. So anyway, see y'all later. Have a great day. And I'll see you later.